Hey everybody, I'm Joe Ferzoco.
And I'm Chris Ferzoco. In today's video, Joe, we're going to do market statistics, and we're going to compare folks. We're going to look at November versus October here in 2023. And today, Joe, we're going to take a look at, obviously, we're going to look at the sale price, the number of properties coming on the market, the number of properties that sold in November, and then we're also going to look at the list price versus sale price as well to kind of see how properties are looking here heading into the middle part and the end of the fourth quarter in 2023.
Very nice.
So let's go ahead. Let's jump into the market stats right now.
Okay, everyone, so this is your first time to the channel and you like the most up-to-date market information here at the Jersey Shore, that Jersey Shore. I mean, Chris, we cover from Cape May all the way up to Brigantine and everything in between. Ocean City, Somers Point, Northfield, Linwood, Sea Isle, Strathmere, Avalon, Stone Harbor, Wildwood, North Wildwood, Wildwood Crest, West Wildwood, Cape May, North Cape May, the Villas, Cape May Courthouse, and Upper Township. Just subscribe below, tap that bell for instant notifications, and please hit the like button and you'll be the first to get the most up-to-date market information as well as happenings and statistics here in our area. So as you mentioned, Chris, we're going to be taking a look at market stats. And please, folks, if you're looking for an equity update or maybe a market analysis on your property, because maybe you're thinking about selling in 2024, whether it's this week, next month, 6 months, or a year from now, please feel free to reach out. Give us a call, shoot us a text or an email. It'll be our pleasure to help you with all of your real estate needs down here at the Jersey Shore. And of course, you're looking to buy, we certainly do have fantastic criteria searches for all of our clients here at the Shore that will give you any price adjustments, new listings that come on, status changes or anything like that, and you'll get them instantaneously, just like us great realtors do here when they hit the MLS. So Chris, why don't you get us started with some of the areas that we cover down here at the Shore?
Sure, I'm gonna go ahead and jump right in with Ocean City, Joe, and we actually saw some real significant changes over the market in that 1 month, and I think you and I got to both lay that out, and we'll obviously talk about that a little bit as we get through the video. So looking at the actual sale price in Ocean City, dropped actually 16%. Through the month of November. It dropped down from 1.24 to just over $1 million. So actually, like I said, dropped down 16%, a trend that we're gonna obviously continue to watch. As for the number of properties that came on the market, that also dropped. It dropped significantly. It dropped down 34%. It was a little surprising that November would drop off that much that quickly. Dropped actually from 136, Joe, all the way down to just 90 properties came on the market. So that was a little shocking to see that much of a drop for the number of homes that came up for sale. As for the number of properties that sold, we actually had 45 properties sell in November versus 50 in October. So it is, obviously it's a 10% decrease.
Right.
What's not so bad about that though is only having 45, having 50 sell in October and 136 come up for sale. We had a lot more homes come up on the market that sold.
Okay.
In November, only having 45 sell, we had 90 come up for sale, so twice the amount. That's good news actually for the buyers that are out there because it's actually starting to generate a little bit more inventory. Right now we have the highest inventory in Ocean City, about 291 all properties here, folks. Remember, when we do our videos, we talk about single family homes, condos, multifamily homes, lots, etc. So we actually have 291 property as we're talking in this video right now for sale, which is the highest number we've actually seen in a little while. We had a couple of moments there where it bumped above 300, but we're starting to creep back up again is my point.
All right.
As for the overall sale price versus list price, actually it remained the exact same. So you're still getting just about 96% in the overall sale price.
Gotcha.
In Ocean City. Jumping down into Sea Isle City, pretty much the same type of trend here. In November, we actually dropped down 18%. We went from 1.9 down to 1.5 million as your average sale price in Sea Isle. Number of properties that came on the market, slight drop. Actually went from 21 in October only down to 19 here in the month of November. So not a huge drop off in the number of properties for sale.
Right.
As for the number of properties that sold, actually went from 7 down to 5. So not a lot selling, but not a big drop off either. Right. Wasn't down into the lower numbers. We would have seen a significant drop off. As for the average sale price to the list price, we actually saw a significant jump there. In October, it was 94.5%, jumped up to 90, just about 99% in the month of September. So yes, the overall sale price dropped, but you got more of your money at the same time.
Interesting. And would you see that quite often, Chris, where some of these list price to sale prices, the percentage might be a little bit higher than it was the month before, but we always take a look at, well, what's your starting point though? And
Right.
there's a couple instances that we're going to see here as we move further, south down the Parkway for what we look to cover. So let's jump into North Wildwood. So your average sale price was about $587,000 in North Wildwood for the month of November, which is an 8% increase from the month of October. When we're looking at inventory levels, Chris, I'm going to tell you, I usually hit about 7 different towns that we cover, and 5 out of those 7 properties saw a decrease or no whatsoever change in the amount of properties coming on the market. So inventory, while we do start to see how many sold and how many came on and what's the difference, so it's a plus or minus, it's still it always seems to be negative as far as what's coming on. So we only had 17 properties come on the market in the month of November in North Wildwood, opposed to 30, so almost a 50% difference, 43% actual difference that month there. As far as the amount of properties that sold, we had 9 that sold in the month of November, which was about a 25% difference as opposed to 12 in the month of October. When we look at our list price to sale price, we had about a 93% list price to sale price, so a little bit bigger gap there than we're used to seeing. Usually we're running 98, 99%, 97.5%. This was a 93% there, so that's a little something there to keep an eye on as well. We go into Wildwood, your average sale price was down 13%, $477,000 was your average sale price for the month of November. As far as properties that came on the market, totally the same, 25 were listed in both months. And then as far as the amount of properties that closed, we did have 18 properties close in the month of November in Wildwood, which was a 28% decrease compared to October. And when we look at our list price to sale price, even that was a change too. In the month of October, it was 101%. Average sale price was $541,000. Well, in November, your average list price to sale price was 96%, and your average sale price was $477. So not only were we starting lower, you were also getting less based on your sale price. And then you go into like Wildwood Crest, your average sale price was down 12%. $666,000 was your average sale price in the month of November. As far as properties that came on the market, we only had 13 total properties come on the market in Wildwood Crest, which was a 46% decrease. So almost half the amount of properties come on the market. Yeah, that's a pretty big jump. As far as properties that sold, we had a dozen, 12 properties, which was the same exact number as the month of October. And then when we look at our list price to sale price, it was 96%. $694,000 was your average list price. Your average sale price was $666,000, which was almost a $100,000 difference from the month of October, which was around $758,000. So yeah, your list price to sale price was the same. They were both 96%, but you're also starting $70,000 to $80,000 lower than you were in October. Let's jump into Cape May. They had big numbers in Cape May. Your average sale price was up 32%. Almost $1.6 million was your average sale price in Cape May for the month of November. As far as properties listed for sale, you had 10, which was almost identical to October. You had 5 closed, which was almost identical in October as well. So when you look at your list price to sale price, this is sort of that opposite as we looked at in Wildwood Crest. You have 94% was your list price to sale price. Your average list price was $1.58 million was your average sale price for Cape May. 94% of that. In October, it was only 101%. So again, a better percentage, but your average sale price was $1.1 million. So you were $500,000 less in October. So you made out better in the month of November than you did overall in Cape May for there. So that's some of the ones there. I know you want to jump offshore a little bit, Chris, to cover some towns there.
Cover some of the primary home market, Joe, and going up into Upper Township. And that actually had an average sale price actually dropped 35%. And that actually went from 657 all the way down to 426. And Upper Township's been interesting all year. I did kind of go back and look at some of the numbers here. It's been up and down pretty significant like that all year. Some big jumps. They'll have a big listing come on the market. It sells, it moves the numbers. So it's been really up and down. So it's just more something to monitor more than just getting worried like, oh my God, it dropped 35%. Well, hold on, because we'll see what happens here in December, right? Now for them, properties that actually came on the market actually dropped 31%. We went from 19 homes coming on all the way down to 13. Okay. So a little bit of a slowdown in the primary home market. Now for the number of homes that sold or closed in November, we actually had the same as we did in October. 7 homes actually closed. And the actual sale price to list price was virtually the same. It was a slight bump up, went to about 95.5% in November. So it was a little bit of a bump up. Yeah. Okay. Now, Summers Point, heading up into Atlantic County, that actually had 29% decrease in the sale price. Now it dropped from 502,000 down to 355. Again, I'm not going to reiterate the whole thing, but very similar to Upper Township, just something we're going to watch. It's up and down on those sale prices there in the primary home market. So we'll check that out in December to see if we're on a trend yet or not.
Right.
As for the number of homes that actually came on, 26 in October, it's 17 only in November. So that's a 34% drop in the number of homes coming on the market in Summers Point. As for the number of properties that sold, we actually had 14 sell in November, which is up from 13 in October. So actually had some more sales there happening in November there in Summers Point.
Cool.
Overall sale price actually went slightly down as well, Joe. Went from 98.5 down to 97%. So a slight drop there too in the sale price versus list price. So Summers Point, just kind of following the trend of some of the primary home markets. When I see the values or I see the number of homes coming on the market, attribute that more to the time of year I think that we're in and stuff like that. So again, we'll monitor that as we're moving forward. What is your, how about your primary markets?
We see the same thing as in the southern half too, like Cape May Courthouse. Your average sale price was down about 5% at about $448,000 for the month of October. As far as the number of properties came on the market, we did have a little uptick. We had 18 properties come on the market, which was about a 12% increase compared to the month of October. As far as properties selling, we did have a dozen. We had 12 close in the month of October, which is identical, or I'm sorry, in November, which was identical to October. And as far as your list price to sale price, you were running right around 95% your list price to sale price in the month of November, which was a drop compared to October, but again, you started about $20,000 higher, for that. I'm sorry, you did start $20,000 lower, so that wasn't a good thing there in Courthouse either. North Cape May, again, offshore, kind of like you're talking about with Upper Township and Summers Point, had a 5% decrease in their average sale price, which was $457,000 for the month of November. Number of properties came on the market was down to only 11 came on in November, which it's a 21% drop, but we had 14 come on in October, so it's a 3 property difference. And then as far as the number of properties that sold, we did have a little uptick. We had 9 properties sell in the month of November, which was a 33% increase compared to October. And then again, you're looking at that list price to sale price ratio. Ironically enough, October and November, they were both at or slightly above 100%. Now, granted, you had a drop in your average sale price, but you were still getting 100% of your list price in the month of November. So your average list price was $459,000. Your average sale price was $457,000. That's still boding well. You're coming on the market at the right price, bang, you'll sell, and most of the time at this point in time, you're selling for full price. So that kind of gives us a little bit of a wrap there, Chris, with regards to the areas to which the Ferzoco Group covers, and any kind of thoughts with regards to what we're seeing here. I mean, it is November, so we still have one more month to go, and of course, then we do wrap up with our fourth quarter, semi-annual, annual. I mean, we'll have 3 or 4 videos on this market. What's your thoughts there with that?
Well, I think that it's more information for us to be looking at from the standpoint of, okay, where is this going to take us, right? So across the board, what was interesting, the primary home markets had almost the same sales month over month in each of the towns. But they did see a decrease in the number of properties that came up for sale. Could definitely be the time of year that is. We'll monitor that. Typically happens. For the shore towns, same thing, right? Time of year, we're getting less people coming down. Just a little bit, there are natural slowdowns. Okay, what's interesting is, and I don't know if you've seen it, but it seems like a little bit more activity as we're shooting this video from the statistics of November. Early part of December seems like there's a little bit more activity going on. Now there's some things that are out there that are happening that's causing that with rates and stuff, and there could be some things that, again, we'll monitor. So I'm not alarmed by any of this. We've seen values come down that 30%, 20%, and then all of a sudden the next month it's up 42. So it's kind of, we've seen that this year. And it's one of those years where it's up, down, up, down, up, down. What I'm really interested to see is that when we get through into next month, is where are we with our inventory levels? Because all year it's been changed market, but the inventory levels in none of the towns that we cover here in southern New Jersey, that Jersey Shore, none of the towns have exploded with inventory. We're not overloaded with inventory. We still have buyers coming down. We're still going to do a significant amount of transactions this year, not just our team, but even in the counties. So I think that's some good information to watch. I don't think it's telling a story yet, though,
Yeah.
quite frankly.
I'm with you on that one. I mean, we really have to, even at the end of this month of December, kind of see where we start grooving into like February and things like that after the calendar year changes, and just kind of see where that goes. To your point, what kind of building blocks are we getting when it comes to like any kind of inventories or rates? Where are they going? I mean, talking with the team, rates were 6.87%, Friday, which they were 7.5% at the end of September. So it's like, well, shoot, if you weren't paying attention, that's over a half a point that they've dropped in 2 months. So we really kind of see where all that kind of stuff goes there.
Yeah.
So again, that wraps up our market stats for November 2023 compared to October of 2023. If you are looking for maybe a little bit more information on your specific property, your specific town, whether you are buying or selling, please reach out to Chris or myself or anyone here at the team at the FerzocoGroup.com, and we can certainly help you with all of your real estate process and needs down here at the Jersey Shore. So until next time, that's Chris, I'm Joe. We'll see you at the beach.